What's happening in Coachella Valley? This is Craige Campbell for CoachellaValley.com. If it's happening, it's here. And I'm with my co-host, Francoise Rhodes, traveling with Francoise. And we have an incredible show lined up for you guys today. You know, we always kind of start off with a little bit of banter, a little bit of news, and get you guys warmed up.
Is that what we do?
I think we do.
Oh, is that what we do? Okay, there we are. Okay.
We've got contests for you guys today. We have the Living Desert in the house. Aaron Scott will be joining us in a little bit. And, of course, after this show, we have the Traveling with Francoise show, the second part. So join us for the next hour and learn a little bit about all the things that are happening, positive people, places, and things in the Coachella Valley and the surrounding greater Palm Springs area.
And you look very nice,
well, thank
by the
you
way.
So
look
much.
at he's all dressed up with a jacket. I'm
fall.
Fix
It's
my
fall.
hair
September 21st is coming up.
Yeah, it is. I know. Middle of September, you look very nice.
Still
by the
105.
Way. Yes. It's still, yeah. But not in here. In here it's very nice.
Yeah,
so,
it's
yeah, it is
beautiful
great to
in
have
here.
everybody with us. Hi, Pee-wee's watching. Philip's watching.
Hey.
You can always comment anytime during the show. We appreciate it, and I'll try to read some of your comments. And last week we had people from all over the world watching us.
Wasn't that
everywhere?
exciting?
That was really a lot of fun.
That's what's so neat about going live is not only are we communicating with people local here in the Coachella Valley, but as we know, social media streams around the world. And so our audience is getting bigger. 500,000 social media fans for our entire network. That's making us the largest influencer right here in the Coachella Valley. That's why we like to talk.
That's what we do like to talk.
So.
Yeah, I could easily talk for 2 hours. I know Craige could easily talk for 10. But Pee-wee, hey Pee-wee,
what is
it's
she
good
saying?
to see you. No, I'm teasing. It's good to see you. Happy Sunday as well. I hope you are taking the day off, Pee-wee, you and the boys over there. All right, so yeah, we have contests today. We have animals. We have tickets. Let's see, contest tickets. Your travel video of the
That's
week.
right.
You
We got
might have a
travel video of the
couple.
week.
You have a travel wait, I have
Photo
a travel
of the week?
photo.
That's
you
right.
have CoachellaValley.com. I don't know. We have lots of stuff going on. As
Well,
you
you
can
know,
see,
first of
I don't
all,
have a laptop today. You
I'm going
notice
to
that?
start off with a little breaking news. I thought
What?
it was interesting. The auto union for GM has struck for the first time, and they're announcing it tonight,
Yes.
since 2007. So it's
Yeah.
kind of an interesting thing now that all of a sudden we've got union workers striking. The economy
Striking, yes.
is growing to an extent that that's starting to come back. And I just think it's interesting because Chrysler and all the different things, GM, I grew up and I always heard about these strikes. But anyway, breaking news today.
Well, it is breaking news. Sean and I, and thanks to Sean, who's operating the board over there.
Sean Flanagan.
Yes. Hey, Sean. He was telling me that some of the hospitals, the nurses unions or doctors unions, they are striking as well. I don't. Are there doctors unions out
Interesting.
there? I guess there are.
Nurses union?
Oh, nurses union. Okay, they are striking. So, I don't know. I might go on strike.
I'm going on strike.
That's it.
I'm not getting paid enough here.
No, exactly. Hi to Dan Scanny. Hey, Dan, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on, Dan?
Chappelle is joining us from Scotland. He said it's still
Fantastic.
cold there.
Craige
Speaking
Campbell,
of weather,
good Scottish man right here.
are you? Oh, that's right.
That's the largest clan.
I'm not going to tell you what my maiden name is, but it's Irish. Does
Interesting.
that mean anything? I don't know.
Wow.
Anyway, talking about weather, Graham and Dan, I know you might be in the mountains somewhere. Dawn's joining us as well. That we are going to have, I looked today at the weather, and you can find the weather on CoachellaValley.com as well. 90, we are going to be steadily in the steadily in the
I need
90s.
some
You know,
cheers.
I
We need
notice I
some
talk
sound
a lot with
effects.
my hands. I
There
really
we go.
do this a lot. I don't know what the deal is. I'm not even
So we're
Italian,
applying
but
our
anyway.
technology and sound effects
Yeah.
with your hands,
Right.
and we're
Yes.
cheering
And I'm
for the
hitting-
weather.
And why do we have a new mic over here? Well, that is for one of our guests. That's for Aaron
Right.
Scott
Aaron
from
Scott,
the Living
Living
Desert.
Desert.
She's going to sit here, and Renee's going to be joining us with animals. And
Can you imagine? We're going to have furry friends here, guys. Don't leave us.
We
We're going to
have
have
no
furry
idea.
friends from the Living Desert.
And we don't know how this is going to all
We have
work.
contests
Yes.
just to distract you in
Yeah.
case the Living Desert animals are not what we expect.
Okay.
But that's what's so much fun about live.
What
and
do you
why-
want? A cheetah? Giraffe?
I
What?
do.
You
I did want a giraffe.
A
I
wolf
asked
or
for a
something?
giraffe.
Yeah, okay. You did ask for
I
a
did
giraffe.
ask for a
I actually had these stuffed animals I was going to bring just in case I'm having. And I thought Craige just might really, I just drive them right over the edge. once
Actually, I was
put the
thinking that
stuffed
was a
animals
great
right
idea.
there on it. See, next time
Sometimes all this live stuff can be confusing.
It can be confusing.
So.
Well, this week I want to tell you I did something we've talked about it for the past couple weeks on the show. So basically for the last month or so. But I went over to Sunnylands on their olive harvest, the first day of olive harvesting. They had all these volunteers. It was very interesting. The weather was beautiful. Eric. He is. O'Neillis, thank you
There you
so
go.
much.
There it
Yes,
is.
Erico gave me a great tour of the property, and I went
Shout
and
out to
talked
Erico.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for
fact,
accommodating us. You know, I saw your post.
I
I don't mean to
did.
step on you,
No,
but
yeah.
very cool. And
It
you
was
also
so-
did a live there.
Two lives.
Two lives.
Two lives. And I watched them. They took those olives, which surprised me. I thought they would have to ripe or do something. And you know, the crows really love the olives. If you see the crows out there around olive trees, that's what they're eating. Actually, the olives. But anyway, they took the olives that they were harvesting that day, put them in this big noisy machine,
Right.
and olive oil was coming out right then and there, which really surprised me.
Now, does it have to be pasteurized or anything afterwards, or can it be utilized right then?
I don't
either.
I don't know. I just saw it coming out. So anyway, that was a lot of fun. I'm so glad I went. And hats off to all the volunteers that were over there. Really, they got a T-shirt and some stuff. So anyway, speaking of food, not that we were, but this made me think of something. I want to give a shout out to Swiss Donuts on the corner of Country Club in Monterey, because they supply a big box of donuts for our guests.
That's right.
On what's happening and traveling with
And our
Francoise.
help today, Philip Carrillo, thank you
Yeah,
so
hey,
much, is
Philip.
manning some of our phones over there, and his phone has
Yes.
already tasted some of those.
He's been
donuts,
eating donuts.
so.
And Philip, you've shared over to Traveling with Friends. So I worked. So that's one thing we have to remind folks. Every now and then you might have to refresh, especially once if we go off the air to switch shows. You have to refresh your phone and bring in a new live feed.
No
This is
refreshing
all
right this
I'm
second.
learning. I'm learning
No refreshing
all
right
this.
this second,
Yeah.
so we're all good to go. And but what you can do to help us and support us, if you want to, is you could share this live feed with your
right.
Facebook feed and maybe make it available to others.
Yeah.
Because of course we want to grow the network. Much more exciting with all your comments and things. And in the future, we're going to have call-in. We're going to be able to actually do call-in show, and people can win prizes and stuff like that in that way. Speaking of prizes, I think we should just switch
All right.
gears a bit.
Okay.
And maybe
Can I give him one more heads up, though?
Yes.
Because I think this is all important. Sean always tells me, Francoise, you direct too much. You explain too much. But you know what? That's me. I'm going to do it anyway. If our sounds, our mics, if we sound a little low, give us a shout out. Let us know, because we want this show to be great for you. So if we do sound a little low, just say, hey, we can't hear you. You can say it that way.
That's right.
And
then we'll
Graham,
know.
all right, Graham, we're going to have 90s in October. I promise.
More cheering,
Boy.
more sound effects.
Graham from Scotland wants a lot from us, you know. We're going to have, okay.
'Cause he's worried about
contest.
winter
He's
coming
worried
for
about
him.
winters, yeah. Well, we did have a winner for last week's tram contest. That was Margie L. of Palm Desert. Congratulations to Margie.
Congratulations, Margie.
She won passes for 2 to the Palm Springs Aerial Tramway, which is actually closed right now until the 30th. I have on my notes. I think it's the 30th of September. It's all closed for maintenance. So anybody that wins tram passes, you'll be able to use them. Oh, and they're
End of
good
September. Like October 1st.
yeah,
you'll be
October,
ready
and
to
they're
go.
good for 5 or 6 months, so you have plenty of time to use them. All right, so that was last week, but this week we're going to be giving away, besides, well, you know what? First, let's talk about the Joshua Tree Music
Okay.
Festival tickets, because that's an awesome prize.
Joshua Tree Music Festival tickets. That's October 10th through 13th. And by the way, the promoter and founder of Joshua Tree Music Festival will be with us next week in studio, Barnett English. So that's going to be very exciting. The contest is so simple.
Yeah.
And you get 2 tickets for the entire 4-day festival, 10th
Okay.
through the 13th.
Yeah.
And parking.
Okay.
That's a $550 value.
That's,
Incredible
I
music.
want to win those.
Incredible experience. Yoga, different types of foods, different types of activities, multiple stages. Thursday night is a really fun time because it's a preview night. And they only open up, well, I think they open up 1 stage. And it's kind of the beginning of the beginning. And I always like going that night. It's just something about that first night energy and everybody collecting into the one area.
Yep.
Here's how you win the tickets. You just simply go to win@CoachellaValley.com. That's our email address. Win@CoachellaValley.com and tell me why you want to win the tickets.
Yeah.
Why you want to win the 14th Annual Joshua Tree Music Festival tickets, October 10th through the 13th. Win@CoachellaValley.com.
And not only do you have all the music going on, but there are yoga classes. There are art installation. There will
There's
be
live art.
art
In fact,
installation, live art.
They're making the art there, a
Yeah.
lot of it, and there's also
a lot going on.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
And then there's, of course, campgrounds, which creates a whole different experience. The tickets that we're giving you are for parking day passes. They're not about the camping. But you can upgrade, or you could do that for yourself and then create a whole unique experience. I know Philip, who's in the house, has been to Joshua Tree Music Festival and enjoyed some of the camping out there, and it's just a good time. It's a very unique experience. So
All right, and that's going to be at the Joshua Tree Lake RV and Campground on Sunfair Road, just so you know.
if you ever want to go to CoachellaValley.com, of course, everything that we talk about is there as well. The calendar, our featured events, Joshua Tree Music Festival, and full-length articles about the things that we generally discuss on this show.
Yeah, we try to. We sometimes
do.
get a little sidetracked, but yes. All right, so we also have a contest as well, and anybody can enter it. I mean, you can enter. If you're not here in the Coachella Valley right now, don't worry about it. If you can still enter and use these when you come. You don't have to use these right boom. Things like the music festival, of course, that's a date specific, but these tickets to the Living Desert are not. They are good for probably 6 months that I know of. If you would like a chance to win 2 tickets, admission tickets to the Living Desert Zoo and Gardens, which is in Palm Desert, on the feed that's going on with the shows, either on Coachella Valley, the Coachella Valley, or Traveling with Francoise, just say in the feed in the comments, tell us what animal is your favorite animal. Tell us what's your favorite animal and why. That's all.
So right now,
so simple.
You can do it right now. Anybody
Yes.
that's watching live can comment and put that in the comments.
Yep.
And let us know that you're there and want to win some zoo tickets.
And we will know when you talk about animals that these are entries to the for the contest for 2 tickets to the Living Desert. Pretty simple.
Now we see people joining, coming and going.
Yes.
Don't leave
Yeah.
because this show is going to have some of the most incredible live experience in just a little bit with the Living Desert. We'll be here with live furry animals, and we're not even sure how that's going to happen.
Yeah.
So you guys should stay tuned to watch how it's going to go down, because I think it's going to be an interesting experience.
Yes. Hi to Susan out there as well. Hi, Susan.
Hey,
How you
Susan.
doing? All right. So here's a survey I found. You know me and surveys. I really like surveys. And I look at all sorts of crazy things, and I cut stuff out. And you never know what I'm going to get. But more than 67% of parents surveyed believe that the digital aid has made parenting more difficult.
The digital age?
The digital
has
age,
made parenting more difficult.
Yes.
Well, I'm not really sure. You can put a GPS on your kids.
Yeah.
You can follow them and even know how fast they drive now. Seems to me that I could see how there could be some issues on socialization.
And here we are digital.
But a lot of times I think there's a tremendous amount of benefit. You know, one of the things is that people were always worried that their children wouldn't be able to read.
Oh,
But you know what? They're
and
reading,
write.
they're reading more and writing more now than ever using social media. That's also a fact.
Okay. Well, also they say this, families on the average exchange, and maybe this is why, more than 10,000 messages per year. 34% of the parents reported their family is up to 30 texts a day.
That's it?
That's, really, that's kind of weird, though. Do you really need to text when you're in another room? Come on.
Well, if you don't
do
talk
that.
to them, then that's what you use texting.
Yeah, I guess.
And
don't know.
I know households that literally do text room to room, fight room to room, and they're still staying together.
All right. Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't know about all that, but here we are. So glad that you're joining us today. Of course, we see that our guests are in the house, but we still have a few things we need to talk about. We haven't talked about our Coachella Valley pick of the week, which I'm just going to jump right in.
Okay, let's do it. So this is the event of the week that we do every single week. We pick, and all 3 of us kind of choose something. So what do you got for us today?
I picked the Racing for Desi Strong Foundation. It is happening on Saturday, September 28th. They're hosting a one-day radio-controlled car race, which sounds like a lot of fun, and they are raising funds for the Desi Strong Foundation. And this is going to happen over in Palm Desert, and it's called Rise Up Hobbytown. Oh, that's where it's going to be, Rise Up Hobbytown? Yeah, that's what it's going to be.
Interesting. So there you go.
All right.
I like it.
So that's what I picked, and that happens on Saturday. Saturday, September 28th.
Now, have you ever gone to those racing?
No, I haven't, but they look like a lot of fun.
Is that at the Palm Desert racetrack? Because there was a Palm Desert racetrack right behind Target, down below Bump and Grind, and they have some national races there, and I believe that track is still there. And I'm wondering if that's where they're going to do it, because it's an incredible track.
Well,
I mean, it's will blow you away. I mean, it's like a real racetrack.
Yeah, well, it sounds like a lot of fun to me. So now what are you picking?
What am I picking?
What are you picking
So
for
my
your-
pick of the week is a little bit unique.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm picking it is because I had an opportunity to visit Contour Dermatology. And the reason, and they have a Day of Beauty that's coming up on September 21st. from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And normally I wouldn't necessarily be promoting, well, they are a sponsor of ours,
Yeah.
so I am interested in promoting our sponsors. But why I was so excited about this, I was in the Rancho Mirage offices, most unbelievable setup I've ever seen. They have 3 different locations, and I did not know to the extent of the things that they do, from cool sculpting to cancer removal, skin cancer, to hair loss treatments, on and on and on. And so when you walk in, it's just this incredible, inviting, educational environment. And, you know, these are Botox, lip fillers, all these things are prevalent out here in the Coachella Valley. And why I'm so excited about this Day of Beauty is they are actually having live demonstrations. So you can go, spend the entire 5 hours or whatever time, eat, watch, see live demonstrations, talk to the doctors there. I just think it's an incredible opportunity to learn more information about those types of things. So that's my pick of the week.
Okay. Phew.
I know.
Hey, Deb.
Are you going?
Yeah.
Just say yes.
Yes, I'm going. Yeah. All right, Sean, what do you pick? The windmill tours.
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's very cool.
Yes. Now, have you done the windmill tours?
Yes. Oh, you haven't,
You haven't
done
done it?
Oh,
You haven't gone out
I
there
did
yet?
a tour with traveling with Francoise on the windmills, and it was very interesting.
So tell us, what was most interesting for you? What put you on the spot, didn't
The
I?
animals that we saw. We saw animals
Animals
out
at
there
the
wandering
windmill
around.
tour?
We have our
Wow.
animals are here too.
Oh, we're going to be
Yeah,
competing with the
have our
living desert?
desert.
Oh, my
Yeah,
gosh.
actually,
What was out there with the
we had some
windmills?
great remarks about the living desert as well, comments. Anyway, the animals that we saw, how it's just a whole interesting process. The whole process was really interesting. I didn't know if it was going to be, but it was. And I don't remember every single part of it because the guy did talk a lot. But just the facts and how it all works and what the windmills work.
Well, you know,
Anyway,
they
you
show
should
you-
definitely go because they're all over
You
the
should
place. there in
definitely
the
do it
valleys. Yeah.
and give you a little heads up. They actually they just show you the technology through the
Yeah.
years. So they start with the smallest ones that have been out there to these monster-sized ones. They talk about where the electricity goes and 2 blades, 3
Yeah.
blades, and 4 blades. And anyway,
All right.
There you
so
go.
that's our pick of the
windmill
week.
tour.
All right. Do we want to, because I don't know, our animals are in the house and we
Yeah.
probably don't want them sitting over there in their boxes and we have to figure out how all this is going to work. Do
Well,
we want to?
We have a few more things we want to
yeah,
go
how
through.
about our photo of
Want to put up the
week?
photo of the week?
You want to put up our photo.
A little
and that's
cheering there.
for live what's happening at Coachella Valley. We have contests on both shows. So on this one, what is there any criteria or is it just anything?
So we ask you guys to submit your pictures and videos to us, and we select one a week. This is a really cool shot. Of course, we had a full moon. It was a harvest moon.
Isn't it beautiful?
And it's a picture of that full moon. That, Friday the 13th,
Yeah.
full moon.
Mm-hmm.
Last time it happened was early 2000s. Next time that we are going to see what we just saw, to 2049. You will not have a harvest
Oh, really?
moon that is a full moon on a Friday the 13th until 2049. You can see it up there
Yeah.
now, and
Isn't
it's
it-
cool.
That's interesting because I
Velma
went to.
Ruiz, I just want to say who actually sent this in. This
Yeah.
is from Velma Ruiz.
Oh,
and
okay.
the interesting thing about Velma is she's the aunt of the reigning heavyweight boxing champion, Ruiz.
Oh.
So Velma Ruiz is the aunt of our current boxing heavyweight champion.
Good
I just find that
job.
to be
I know.
one of those little things that are cool.
That is very
So-
cool. I have to say, when I went to KESQ Saturday morning to do a travel segment, and for those of you going, do I remember seeing her on TV? Yeah, that was me. I talked about Julian because they're going to be apple picking season starts at the middle of this month in Julian. So, of course, for all their apple pies. But it was the sun was coming up and the moon was still out. So we had
Oh,
the sun and the moon up
fantastic.
at exactly the same time, one on one and one on the other. I took a picture, so that was very cool. So, all right, so that is a photo of the week. Do we want to?
Let's roll right into the video. of the week.
Yeah, do we have
Now-
video?
Yeah, now the video is kind of cool. It's a little bit fun, and I think it's, is it up right now? You're going to really enjoy this. This is chillin' right now. This is what chillin's all about. So when we get into the 90s, this is what we do. So,
All right, so is that what we do?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
We
so,
can't see it, but everybody else
yeah,
can.
everybody can see
So
it.
we have an 11-second delay on our monitor system, so, but I hear Sean laughing
I
because he's
know.
watching
So
it
he
live.
must be
And there
watching
it is.
it.
You can have
So
some.
I'm wondering, maybe we should have Aaron come while people are watching the video. Come and sit down.
Oh, that'd be fun. Oh, look
I
what we
was
got
gonna
over
say,
here.
yeah, I
Okay.
know.
Yes. Yeah, let's just change gears. Huh?
Yeah, just let
that'd
the
be great.
video
Yes,
run
thank you.
again, and we'll have our guests come over. And we're trying to figure out apple cider donuts are amazing, and Julie, and that's what
come on
he was
over.
saying. Okay.
So-
Okay. Well, let's see. We don't even know how we're doing this.
Can you
so
see the front
sit
of
down.
the? Can you see the? Okay, so so the turtle could be here. We could get the turtle here.
Or
and the-
right in front of me.
right?
Here.
You just
Yeah.
so
Too close. We
so
don't
bring
want
it
to get
all the
hot.
way.
Okay, just put it right here in front of me. I can move the clock. Move the clock over here. Okay.
Stay
you
with
see the
us.
turtle
We are
now?
going to be with the
Stay-
Living
we
Desert,
have an Aaron
and
Scott's
we
gonna
have a
join
few
us, and
beautiful animals
Renee,
with us.
We're picking up. Okay. All right. So, Aaron, why don't you have a seat? Okay.
And then,
And Renee, maybe you
oh
can.
yeah, we want you to actually just come right into here.
This is so exciting. We have live animals.
Just come
And
out.
now remember, this show will live on and on and on. If you missed any parts of it, you're going to go back and watch it because we have thousands so people that go watch it all the way on. It lives on Facebook. It's going to live on the website of Traveling with Francoise. It's going to be living all over. Aaron, welcome to the show.
Hi,
Yeah.
thank you for having me. It's great to be in the new venue. And
Well, we're growing.
This
We
is
are
good.
growing. Lots of things going on with the show. Like I say, this will be linked. It'll be saved. It's recorded, and it's going to go up on the websites, back on Facebook. So it's going to be all over. So tell us what is going on at the Living Desert first. Season's here.
season is here. We're
Yeah.
in the middle of our Safari Nights event series. So Fridays in September, we have Safari Nights, which is a really fun way to get to know the sights and sounds of the desert at night, like our little opossum over here.
And when you say safari nights, are people, are they spending the night? What are they doing out
So
there?
they're
What's the time?
coming from 7 to 9:30, and it's just a great family-friendly, but also a date night. So you can come and listen to live music. There's food and beverage available, but there's also fun things like a bat detection station.
Oh.
So you can use what's called an echo meter and hear the different frequencies that the bat calls. And based on the different sounds, you can tell what species it is.
Oh,
which is really
it's
fascinating.
really fun. And that's for the entire family, not just for kids.
Yep, the entire family.
The entire family.
There are...
Go.
The
Yeah, I know.
opossum's so cute. Animal encounters.
Animal
so
encounters.
you'll be
So what do you
able
want to do?
to see?
So Sean wants
You
us
need
to.
to scooch in.
Sean
Okay,
wants
we
us to-
should.
Yeah, there's move. Come on.
Okay. How's this? And this is a tortoise.
This is a desert tortoise.
It's a tortoise, not a turtle. And there's a
Correct.
difference between tortoise and turtles.
Now, is this thing going to get huge? Is this one of those desert tortoises that could live longer than all of us?
It's true.
Wow.
I'll let Renee speak to that
Oh.
part.
Okay. Renee,
Yeah, this is
can you pull
a
that
desert
mic up?
tortoise. His name is Ravioli, and Ravioli is almost 2 years old, and they can live a very long time, well over 100 years. They are strict vegetarians out there in the wild and lead a really low-stress lifestyle. I think that's the secret to longevity.
I'm seeing that. I think he's interested in the camera.
I know. Look
at
I
it.
think it's a
What a
live turtle.
hog.
It's designed for this for sure because he's just like, I think it's warm out there.
Yeah, he likes
Are
this.
they attracted by the lights? I mean, would you say the warmth of those lights would be interesting, or is he just trying to get out?
Yeah, they're ectothermic, so they rely on the outside temperature to kind of energize their body.
Ectothermic.
That's right.
Wow, that's a new term. I like it.
We are endothermic,
Okay,
so
we're
we can
endothermic.
control our body temperature ourselves internally. He can't. So when it's cold, he's cold. He doesn't move much to conserve energy. But when it's warm outside, he is a rockin' and a rollin'.
I just love it.
And Renee Barnett, correct? And what is your job at the Living Desert? Obviously, you work with the animals because they are very comfortable around you.
I do. I am an animal care curator for our wildlife programs. So my team and myself, we work with all of our animal ambassadors that do the daily shows that you can see and encounters. And we also travel off-site and bring the zoo to people.
Very cool. I think, I don't know if it was you out there, but I remember being a career builder, I think just a couple years ago, just a beautiful burrowing owl that was out there. Was that you?
That would
And I
have been my
think-
team.
I think that we did a live out there. It was just so spectacular, so fun, and so neat, so educational. You know, I grew up here in the 70s, and I remember the Living Desert. My mom was a staunch supporter of the Living Desert. You guys have done a lot in the last 50 years.
Absolutely. We're celebrating our 50th anniversary. This great segue.
Yeah.
50th anniversary kicks off this fall and through 2020. So it's incredible to believe that we started as a nature trail and nature preserve, and how we've grown to be, this wonderful zoo and botanical garden that focuses on the deserts of the world.
Well, I feel like I'm a tortoise wrangler. Yeah, this tortoise.
I think
and
you
now,
just
I'm
got
sorry,
nipped.
well, I was watching the tortoise, and Renee, this is I'm sorry, and let's make sure we speak into the mic there. If you can lean forward just a little bit.
This is an opossum. His name's
okay.
Otis.
Okay.
Hey, Otis.
And how old?
He is about 5 months old.
Oh, so
5 months
cute.
old. Hey, Otis.
And what's his name?
Ravioli.
Ravioli is how old?
About 2 years old.
Now,
About
how do these
about 2
names
years
get
old.
picked? I mean,
Okay.
do we always go? I mean, is it like each employee? It's your turn to pick ravioli today, and
Name picking's fun. So when we get animals that come to us that are kind of nameless, we had a couple of different tortoises that came, and we already had a tortoise named Tortellini. So we went with the pasta theme. So we have ravioli, and then we have linguine
I
as
like
well at the Living Desert. And then Otis's name, he's an opossum. His name starts with an O. We kind of
scientific. I can see
are
all
really,
the way around.
really original when we choose names.
tail.
But we feel that they're very fitting.
That's
So,
really neat.
Aaron, the hiking, some of the trails are closed during the summer at the Living Desert because of the heat. You have to be
Yes.
careful about people because people think that they can do anything, that they're super people, but they're not. When do the hiking trails open back up?
They open October 1st, so just
Oh,
in a couple
okay,
weeks.
good.
So we
Okay.
shift to our season hours October 1st, and so the trails will be open and it'll be beautiful.
It's really neat because people don't really know that, like the Eisenhower Trail and the mountain behind you guys, that you have to go through the Living Desert
You
to
do.
access those trails. And I've done it, and another just incredible experience. If you have a pass,
Yeah,
membership, you can go right through. I've oftentimes joined other people that have had passes and able to go on through, and I highly recommend it because you're able to walk through the Living Desert and then kind of out the back where the bighorn sheep
Yep.
are, and then you're back into the Coachella Valley area and hiking and seeing wildlife that's out there. So
pristine Colorado desert.
There
so
you go.
We really were founded on protecting the beauty of the Colorado desert. I love where we live with all palm trees and golf courses, but it's important to have natural protected land, and that's really, we have about 1,200 acres that the Living Desert is a steward of, and about 80 of them are developed as zoo and gardens, and the rest are nature preserves. So that really gives you kind of a scope of how big that area is. So those nature trails, they're a half a mile loop, or a 5 mile loop. So depending on how much
if you want to do 10, I guess you just do it
do-
twice.
Yeah, and I know people that go every day during the week to hike on the trails. Aaron, of course, Craige wanted you to bring a cheetah or a giraffe
was
or
thinking
something,
giraffe.
Renee.
Sorry.
I don't know, a giraffe.
I think we
But
have
for
enough
some
room.
people, when we say Living Desert, tell us about how many animals are there. You have a lot. The property is gigantic, and the variety of the animals. So people know it's such a wonderful property because it's not a zoo type fitting. You feel like you're just out in nature, and the animals are out in nature. And I think that's what makes it so special, and that's why you've won so many awards. As I'm wrangling this wild
You were doing a
tortoise
great
right
job.
here in front of me. Yes. So tell us a little bit about the variety of animals that people are going to be able to see when they go to the
Sure.
Living
We have
Desert.
about 450 individuals and about 130 species, but they're all desert-dwelling species from the deserts of North America and Africa. So in North America, you'll see desert tortoise, mountain lion, Mexican wolf, a number of other birds as well. But on the Africa side, you'll see cheetah and zebra, giraffe. There's a
They
petting
can ride a
frog,
camel?
There's camel rides are actually shifting this fall. We won't
Okay.
have rides per se, but there's going to be what we're calling camel connection.
Oh, good.
Which is a way to kind
Yep.
of think of giraffe feeding, but with camels. And so it'll be a way to interact
with
them
it,
in a
right.
new way.
And that's
So
what it's
we're
all
really
about.
exciting.
You have a great educational program at the Living Desert because it's so important for children to be exposed to animals and to know that there's care and there's all different types and some shouldn't be pets and whatnot. Tell
And
us.
starting today, let me just jump in here.
Yeah, I'm tortoise wrangling.
From September 15th to October 15th, since we're talking about kids are free.
Yes, with
So
a
tell
paid
me about
adult.
that.
Yeah,
There you
so
go.
to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month, it's a great promotion that we love to do for the next couple of weeks. And it culminates with our La Gran Fiesta party on October 12th. And so it's a great way to come explore the zoo and, back to school. So it's got to do something fun.
Yeah.
And if you want more information, we have an article that is on CoachellaValley.com. It's right on the front, and you can learn more about this Hispanic Month and the kids free and the information about that. So just thought I'd bring that up since
yeah,
you mentioned
thank you.
kids and
Yeah,
how
it's
important it
perfect.
is that children
And
experience the zoo.
with us, folks, right now is Erin Scott with the Living Desert. She is the head of communications, and Renee Barnett, who is the animal wrangler over there. I'm doing your job,
You're
though,
doing a great
Renee.
job.
I mean,
You need to
I
go.
have not seen a tortoise so active. This little guy is, I don't know where he thinks he's going.
Let's
but
put the opossum
I
up
don't-
front here.
Yes,
And can you
we-
talk about what is unique about this wonderful, is it a marsupial?
It is a
Oh
marsupial.
my
Would
gosh.
they not
They're
I
the-
can't believe I pulled that
The
off.
only marsupial found here in North America, which makes him pretty special. However, Otis is a male, so he is pouchless, but his female counterparts would have that pouch, and really the offspring continue to grow inside of their mother's pouch. So gestation for the babies is only 13 days,
Oh my word.
and the mom gives live birth, and then little babies have to inch their way into the pouch where they continue development, and they're suckling while they're in the pouch and they're growing. So they hang out in there for about 3 more months, and then they get a little crowded with, 12 brothers and sisters. So they venture out, and they have these really long backs, so they literally cling on to mom like Velcro, and she teaches them how not to get eaten.
Oh,
They want
very
to chew.
interesting.
He wants to chew on everything. He wants to chew on my fingernails. He wants to chew on the cord. And this tail is so thick.
Oh,
Craig, did you feel
look
this
how
tail?
beautiful, and it's curling
It is
around.
so
Look at this.
thick. Oh my gosh, look at that.
Wow,
'Cause,
look at
you want
this.
some of my water too? You are
Oh,
very
look at that.
curious.
So
Oh,
someone asked a question. Do you guys have sloths? Obviously, sloths seem to be kind of popular right now.
Super popular, but
Yeah.
no, we don't have any sloths.
Are they also marsupials? Or are they completely different? Sloths.
don't you?
I don't even know.
That's a good question.
Did I stump?
great
Did
question.
I
Yeah.
stump the
I don't
animal
know.
wrangler?
think they
I'm
are.
gonna have to
Putting
look
our
it
guest
up.
on the spot. Yeah.
Sorry.
I've been at the Living Desert for 14 and a half years, so I know desert.
Very cool. So
And
no sloths. Are we getting sloths?
No, sloths
Just
are
people
not.
asked.
Desert dwelling plants and
I see.
animals.
I got it. So there's specifics about the type of animals that you're curating there and bringing there.
Absolutely.
And they have to be desert specific.
desert
and
dwelling.
I see,
We
desert
know
dwelling.
our constraints with our weather,
Of
and
course.
we're not gonna.
Makes sense.
We want to really hyper focus on the plants and animals.
Well, there you go.
We call the desert home.
I like it.
And I'm going to give a little secret away, Aaron and Renee. He's in the sloths, and whenever he does a little happy, funny something on his phone, it's always a sloth doing lots of laugh. I don't know. You like
They're
sloths.
cute.
They are
I mean,
cute.
they're just like
at this
O
little
over here,
guy.
just as cute. And I think you deserve that. That's all I can say.
Does he want to bite me?
He doesn't
or does
bite
he
me.
Want to
He-
eat my
he-
fingernails?
he's
Which
very-
one is
about
it?
your fingernails.
Oh, is he likes fingernails? All right.
Shiny rings, jewelry. He
Oh,
tries to see
Oh,
whether he can,
okay. Well,
munch on it.
we're
Now-
so lucky, folks. We have Aaron and Renee with us from the Living Desert, and they do such a tremendous job. Their season for actually hiking opens October 1st. They have a lot of events coming up. You have huge events. You have a tail
I
over a
was like,
hat.
There we
You
go.
have. You also have your big.
Go back
You
this
have a
way.
big
Here you
event
go.
coming up there
Here.
too for.
Wrap
Is
it
it Animal Samaritans, or you have the big masquerade
Yeah,
event
that's
coming?
an event that they're using our facility.
You're
as
using
a
your
venue.
facility,
Yeah.
but you also have your big gala, which
Our
is
big gala.
gigantic every year. Oh, what? Boy, I tell
Can
you,
we
this-
see
Live
this?
TV.
well,
Oh,
I
again,
don't
there we
know
go.
live, and
It's all
now
changed now.
Ravioli wants
With
out of
moving
his
past
box,
PG to
and I don't know.
PG-13.
Okay,
Really
he
good at
really,
cleaning yours.
yeah, he liked
Yes.
the limelight. He was saying, "Put me back over here where the lights are." Well, it is, and do you take animals, Renee? This is a question I'm sure that something you do all the time. You do take these animals on exhibits to different events and to the schools, or would you rather the schools come to you?
We offer field trips on site at the Living Desert, but my crew with the ambassadors, we have the ability to take them off site. So we do offer our Wildlife on Wheels program to many of the local school districts and schools here in the valley. And we take a crew of animals that go out and do assemblies and visit kids in an intimate setting right in the classroom.
Very cool. We mentioned Career Builder earlier, and we had breaking news this week that the Career Builder is now going to become the American Express. So we have a
Yes.
new
Nice.
sponsor.
Very exciting.
Someone asked me, what's it going to be called? The American Express.
American
That's what it's called, not even the American Express Classic. So the American Express, will you guys be out there, do you think, this year, once again, showcasing
Well,
some of your animals?
we haven't had a chance
And had
to
an inquiry yet?
Not yet, but we're
Well, I'm going to have them call you.
Oh, okay. All right. Aaron, tell people too about memberships about the Living Desert. I know it is a nonprofit, and of course, you're always looking for donors, big philanthropists that want to be part of it, and you have so many of them. But to be a member, very affordable. How do people become a member at the
Yes.
Living Desert?
So membership is one of the great ways that you can support the Living Desert and our mission. and from starting at $79 a year for an individual up to $149 for a family of 2 adults and 4 children, you get to support the Living Desert and our conservation efforts, but it also enjoy unlimited admission to the zoo. You get discounted and early access to various events. So it's a really great way to give back, but also have a little fun yourself.
All right, so you can become a member, you can donate to the special events, to the education programs, a lot going on at the Living Desert. What are the hours starting October 1st? Is that when you go to seasonal hours?
Yes,
I'm
9
getting
to
that.
5.
Okay.
Yep.
9 to 5. And don't forget Wild Lights. One of my most favorite things to do all year long. I send everybody to Wild Lights. I'm sure you've been to Wild Lights.
Absolutely. Wild Lights does usually a media night, which is so much fun. I
It's
think ahead
really
of time.
fun, yeah.
We've had a chance to do that, and people are just so into it. The community loves it. It's been here forever.
I'm just
And
curious where he wants to go.
I want to hold that one. Do you think
hold
Oscar?
that.
I'll let Renee.
You think that'll happen?
Okay.
Otis?
Yeah.
Otis.
Yeah, you
all
can
right,
give him a whirl. Just know he's a little nibbler.
Yeah,
might
he's
chew.
already one of my fingernails, and Ravioli here is looking at
I need a
himself on the
manicure.
phone. Look at this. He's saying, "Oh, okay." Here we go. All right. Do you
Oh,
want?
here we go.
Does he want this or no?
Well, you can take that just
Okay.
in case you need it.
Great.
I'm not responsible for anything that falls out of him.
No.
Not a
This
problem.
is at your own risk here.
Okay, here we go.
There you go.
And you're at my risk.
You just
too,
heard the
Aunt Patty.
disclaimer here from Renee that Craige is at his own risk. All right, so we talked about safari nights. We talked about memberships, events coming up. Of course, you have the train set there that is, love the train set. It's gigantic. It's probably one of the largest in the world. What else would you like? You have a great gift shop, cafes. I mean,
If you haven't been, we opened our new entrance,
Right,
and
beautiful.
it is beautiful. New gift shop. It's just a great welcome to the zoo. And like you mentioned, we have a number of upcoming events. So we have 2 more safari nights this upcoming Friday, and then the last Friday of the month. It's the same program each night. So you can, but what you can see is differences in our astronomy station. So you can take a look through and
okay.
see the moon. We full moon on 2 nights ago, so
That's
that was
right.
a really fun thing. But then we also have the Grand Fiesta, but our Halloween event is also coming up the 26th and the 31st. And then Wild Lights kicks off new this year. We're opening it to the public the Wednesday before Thanksgiving
Oh,
Yeah.
and carrying it a
fantastic.
couple days after Christmas.
so exciting, so much fun, and you've won so many awards because you do such an amazing job at the Living Desert. And how are you doing over? Look at you! Oh, you have found a new friend over
Absolutely.
there. I know, and
I
Ravioli
am
here's on
applying for a
watching-
job
Yeah.
as a caretaker at the zoo.
You heard that, Renee.
okay.
Yeah.
Hire him.
Keep
Yeah,
an eye
get
out for your
it.
resume.
Yeah.
I'm in. They love me.
Well, we really appreciate you showing up today. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you so much.
Thank
Now, next
you.
time, maybe we can be there.
Yeah.
That's right.
We
can
can be
do-
there
fun.
with the giraffes or who knows what, but we really appreciate you guys coming today and bringing us a few little friends here to show people, again, the Living Desert in Palm Desert, easy to find, straight up Portola. Of course, you're all over Google, everything, everywhere. You're everywhere. So
We try to be.
You do, and you do such a great job. And thank you for bringing these little friends with you.
I really appreciate you guys coming out.
Yes, of
and
course.
Coachella Valley fans, we thank you for sticking around. And are we going to do something about Living Desert? We already did that, didn't you?
Yeah, we're gonna have
Comment. We'll just repeat,
We have our contest.
right?
I
So
do
just
see a question. Can I
comment.
answer that
Yes,
question?
please.
Oh, sure.
So
We have
we
some questions
knew this
coming in
year
now.
our butterflies are returning. So Graham, thanks for asking.
That's
Butterflies
right.
and hummingbirds are returning October 26th this season.
Wow.
And Graham is in Scotland right now.
Oh.
And he's going to be out here in October.
Well,
so
perfect.
definitely, yes,
so
we have. I know. And there was, yes, so butterflies are there. I'm trying to think, is there anything else that, and he also made a comment too about how much he loves the Living Desert. So,
Well,
okay.
so I'm going to wrap up and appreciate you guys coming out.
you.
Or you got more
You
things
know
to
what?
talk
Our
about?
contest. Let's
Okay, that's what I was gonna
one
say.
more time.
All right, here
if
we
you
go.
comment about the Living Desert and
Right here in
this
the
is
Facebook feed.
on our feed right now, we're going to let it go for a couple days because we know a lot of you are going to come back and watch it over and over. That's how it works. It all of a sudden takes legs, and this just grows, Aaron and Renee. It's crazy how this show grows. So comment about what's your favorite animal and why. Any animal in the world. Any
And don't
kind of
forget
animal in
about
the world.
Joshua Tree Music Festival. Win at
have those.
CoachellaValley.com.
Yeah.
Just tell us why you want to go to the 14th annual Joshua Tree Music Festival. That's also October 10th through 13th. So much to do out here in the Coachella Valley in October. We're just getting started. September 21st, 22nd is the equinox. I'm wearing a coat.
I know.
in recognition of that, hoping that the weather gets a little bit
Is
cooler.
that why you have the jacket
That's it.
on?
I'm working it a little bit here.
Confused. Yeah, now looking very sharp. All right, folks. Well, again, we thank our guests. It's been a lot of fun having you guys with us. Now, one thing I want to give you a heads up on, we're going to step back for a moment, and then I will come back on in a few minutes with Traveling with Francoise. You need to refresh your phone to start the new feed because we kind of start all over with a brand new show. Craige is in love. Lily, you are competing with the possum now. I'm sorry, what can I say? Everybody, thank you so much for joining us. And like I say, I'll be right back with Traveling with Francoise, but we'll be right back next week with Live What's Happening in Coachella Valley.
I'm Craige Campbell for CoachellaValley.com, and this is Francoise Rhodes with Traveling with Francoise.
And
See
Ravioli.
you next time.
Ravioli. All right, see you later. Bye.